it's something people are feeling in their pockets on every forecourt up and down the land right now.
Yes, and you only have to cast your mind back a few months, really, to remember the scenes that we saw at petrol stations across the country in relation to the energy crisis that we were talking. You know, they say that a week is a long time in politics, but so much has happened in the last few months. You have to remind yourself that we did have a very serious energy crisis a number of months ago. And indeed, whatever about this 5p fuel tax cut, the bigger question, and the economist Phil Mullen makes this for Rishi Sunak, is what is he going to do? What are the long-term plans for making sure that there aren't instances like this in the future? Because the problem is that it's not that there are instances of individual crises or that there are shortages, but it's that people and indeed the Treasury and the economy is at such a low point that it can't handle any kind of pressure on it. And the point Phil Mullen makes is that rather than penny pinching here and giving a little bit back there, what Rishi Sunak could do and should do if he really wanted to be innovative around this is talk about the history of the British economy, the dearth and the dirges that it's been in for such a long time, and do something innovative to change that. The government has blamed the cost of living crisis and fuel rises and all the rest of it recently on the pandemic or on problems in Europe and now on the war in Ukraine. And that's not good enough. We know that the reasons and the consequences for why this is happening are homegrown. They're not to be blamed on things happening on the global stage.
He's not going to lift the moratorium on fracking, sadly.
No, and they should, and that's a scandal because...
And he's even blocking nuclear to some degree, we hear.
And that tells you that a government, I've made this point several times, our government is trying to get away with normalising the fact that people will be short, that people will be in need. And that is really something in 2022. If a government cannot promise to not only allow people to heat their homes and fill their cars, but to live better lives year on year, to increase and improve the quality of life, then that is not a government that's fit to be in place.